CDIO stock has been flashing very strong bullish signals since it reached the lows of $0.19 as of the 30th of October. The stock has not looked back since that time. It has been rallying since the 31st of August. That is 6 trading sessions in a row. So today, the 7th of November, is yet another day up 126.47%. Probably the most active stock in this session. Probably the most active. You can see 138 million shares have crossed the tape so far, and probably counting. We are counting down to the close of this regular session, and the gain is now 118.65%. There isn't any apparent news. But as of the 31st, there may have been a news, but we don't exactly know what is behind this non-stop rally. Usually you and I would say it's a pump and dump, but usually they don't. These pumps and these sort of pumps don't last for 6 trading sessions. But never say never. Never say never. So this is what we're looking at right now. This is the order book for CDIO, Cardio Diagnostics Inc. penny stock. As of the 31st of October, it was trading at something less than as of the 30th of October, it was trading roughly at 20 cents, and today is now at $1.4691. But like I indicated earlier on, we haven't found any news, so we can have a look and see what market participants are pricing. They are pricing moves towards, or rather betting on moves towards $1.82. We have seen that, and then we can also see on the downside they have 1.15. So they're really not betting that it's going to drop that bad, which is also a good indication. Maybe over this last 6 trading sessions, a lot of people may have run into losses. The ones that probably shorted the stock may have done so. Maybe that's why I can't exactly say for sure what is behind this modest I would say modest price range. You can see that 1.15 to 1.77. I would say it's quite modest. I would say just pretty modest to great extent, because I have seen, or you may have also seen, trading ranges that are a lot more wider than what we are looking at right now. So that's what's going on right now. So we can have a look at trading view and see what's going on there. So this is the daily chart. Let's quickly have a look at the 1-minute chart and see what projections are saying. The 1-minute chart is saying that the strength is going to come in, and then the stock will decay a little bit. So we are counting down to the close of the session. We have only around 10 minutes. So it's not as if 1 minute is really going to be of much benefit to you. So we have to probably go back to, let's look at the 45-minute chart and see a lot more. It's a more durable chart. A lot more durable. Okay, so on this chart, the stock actually broke through its most upper projection at some point and has pulled back. So there are upper projections on this 45-minute chart all the way towards $1.73, and it has now pulled back below that. So weakness is also projected, and then weakness is all through is what is projected on this 45-minute chart. So let's waste no time and have a look at the 4-hour chart before we go to the daily chart. On the 4-hour chart, all we have is weakness, and then we have a downward projection of 0.6289. okay, so, and also outside that, below that we have 0.4885. so the algos on this 4-hour chart is not it's very much skeptical. 1-day chart, let's look at the 1-day chart. So okay, weakness, strength is projected on this 1-day chart. So we have that it's challenging, it's approaching its most upper projection of $1.95, and then above that is 3.03, above that is 3.98, above that is 4.88. Next one is 6.15. Next one is 7.80, and above all of that is 12.48. There's no indication that any of those will happen. Let's look at the 1 week chart. 1 week chart, we have strength is also equally projected as well. Okay, there are no Fibonacci projections on this 1 week chart, so strength is projected. Okay, we are looking at Monday the 13th. We have a 10-week moving average projection of 0.622, so it has already surpassed that. We pull back, so 0.78 for Monday the 20th of November. So come Monday the 18th of December, $202.1 is projected on this weekly chart. Okay, so let's return to the 1 day chart, the daily chart on CDIO, and come back to see what's going on. 141 million shares across the tape. A lot of shares are being traded on the stock as well. A lot of shares. Okay, yeah, projections I believe all the way towards $195. There's no guarantee that any of those will actually happen. Let's have a look and see whether it actually ran up more than it's trading at right now. So yes, it reached 1.6627. Okay, we can 1.6627. We can't see any more about what it ran up. Okay, so let's quickly move on to MLGO up at $7.36. At some point in this session, the stock had actually given up all of its gains. So let's see. There's no news as well. So far only 94,842 shares across the tape. Not very active, not a very active session, but the fact that it ran up this 6.6 this gain of the 6.6% is an indication that and then this amount of gain on this tiny amount of volume is an indication that maybe the majority of this volume were buy volumes. Maybe they're likely to be more on the buy side of things as it concerns MLGO. Not a huge lot, but it was brought to our attention by a market participant, so we just had to have a look at it and see what's going on with the stock. So showing strength. Okay, let's have a look at it on trading view. MLGO. Okay, MicroAlgo. Okay, so weakness is projected on its 1 day chart. Weakness all the way down to 1.37 by Wednesday the 15th of November. It's just slightly above. It's just slightly above its most downward upper projection. Sorry, its most downward projection of 1.08. So currently where it is right now, it is challenging almost at a projection of $3.52. So above that we have 3.98, and above that we have 4.30. Above that we have 4.64, and above that we have 5.13. Further up we have 5.76, and the most upper projection is 7.54 on this 1 day chart. So let's quickly have a look at the 1 week chart and see what we have there. Weakness is what is projected on the daily chart. So also weakness is also what is projected on the weekly chart, and the most upper projection on this weekly chart is $15.75. So let's return to the 1 day chart. So I think sometimes when you have rallies, or when you have a decent amount of rally, a modest rally, and it's against the backdrop of a very tiny amount of volume, it may sometimes indicate You may sometimes indicate that you know, the people who got involved in this are in it for the longer term, you know. On when you see huge volumes, it's usually an indication that maybe those who participated will are likely to go away. And indeed, you can imagine, you know, a stock that has traded huge volumes, you can imagine that a lot of things will be involved. A lot of market participants must have gotten involved in that. So in it, you'll find all sorts of people, all sort of intentions, all sort of ambitions, and of course, you know, that's the nature of the game, you know. So, but with the more modest the volumes are, the more likely it is that you know, maybe then you're not going to get a diverse range of intentions and pursuits, you know. So, I mean, it will be fair to say that you know, on a day like this for MLGO on the volume of only 97,000 shares, you know, you may want to conclude that yes, indeed, the people that bought this are probably still going to stick around a little bit more, you know. So yeah, let's quickly have a look before the market closes on LIFW. It ran up a huge monumental gain yesterday, almost at some point 415%, but today it's now down by 36.16%. No news as well. Still no news. Huge volumes, relatively huge, not compared to what it was yesterday, $11.835. So let's have a look at LIFW. Okay, so this is the 1-day chart. So it's pulling back from those highs. So actually reached it reached one of its Fibonacci projections of 10.64. Correct me if yes, it did actually. So now pulling back into correcting, as a matter of fact. So after that huge gain, you should expect that you know, it's going to definitely pull back. So MSP recovery up over 270% yesterday. So yes, that's what it settled at. But at some point, it was actually, the gain was way more than that, you know. Yeah. Let's see. MLGO is not, sorry, LIFW is not optionable. So the market has closed now. The market has closed for LIFW and indeed the broader market. Yeah. So at some point it reached this. Okay. So all of this, it was a down day for the stock for LIFW. So see what you make of all of these stocks. CDIO, let's quickly recap before we end. CDIO, okay, closed with a gain of 102.94% and further 2.17 in this post-market session so far. MLGO gained 4.91% and unchanged at the moment. In this okay, we are just a few seconds into the post-market session, and then we have LIFW, okay, down a further 0.81%. okay, so see what you make of these three stocks, and I'll definitely continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.